Collette, what would you say is the biggest challenge that you're facing right now?
I think some of the challenges that we're facing at Manchester Airport Group are not dissimilar from a lot of organisations at the moment. So like most organisations, we've been hit quite heavily from the economic downturn, and that's had an impact in terms of our market share. So our biggest challenge is making sure that we can continue to deliver a great service to our customers. And from my perspective as the Group HRD, I need to put all the right people, processes and policies in place to make that happen.
And how are you actually going about doing that? What kind of tactics are you employing to achieve that?
Okay, lots of is the short answer.
Yeah.
I guess at a very high level, we've spent significant time developing our people strategy, which is all around creating a high performance organisation. So that's about being really clear about what our vision and goals are, making sure that every single person understands what that means for them in their day job, and then making sure that we reward and recognise the great behaviours and the great service that we know will make a difference.
And how much of your role, because a lot of the things that you've been mentioning there are actually about communication,
yeah.
How much of your role is actually that of a kind of internal marketeer or communicator within your group?
A huge part.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, just quite recently, I've taken on the mantle of internal communications as part of the organisation, and that's something that's quite new to me. But a lot of it is around making sure that we get out, we talk to our people, we win the hearts and the minds, and keep them constantly updated around our progress and how we're getting on as a business. Because only then can they understand the size of the challenge and realign things when things go off track.
So it's interesting when you mentioned about taking on board the internal communications role. When you did that, did you feel that actually had a positive impact on the overall way that you could implement the HR strategy?
Hugely, because all of a sudden I'm then in charge of the channels, how we communicate, the tone of voice that we use, and as you know, that's really critical to drive cultural change and create a high performance organisation.
Collette, thank you very much.
Okay.